こんにちは。早速ですね、ライブの方を始めたいと思います。今回ですね、カナダの、公立の高校ですね、アボッツフォード学区の方から、デイブさんをゲストに迎えてお話をしたいと思います。Hello!
Hi, Haruka-san. How are you?
Good. How are you? What time in Vancouver now? I mean, your area.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock in the evening right now.
It's good.
Yeah.
How is the weather today?
Good. We had beautiful sunny day today, so it was nice.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, it was sunny and it was about 4 degrees, and yeah, so it was a good day today.
Oh, it's the 4 degree is the average in the winter time.
4 degrees is average or a little bit colder than average. In our region, we don't get very cold temperatures. Sometimes we get a little bit of snow or a little bit below zero, but usually it's about 4 to 10 degrees in winter and wet.
Okay, thank you. So, about Ford, どのエリアにあるのかですね。あと、どんな、学校があるのか。あとですね、実はこのアボッツフォード学区がある、エリア、BC 州というところにあるんですけれども、そこはなんと、世界で教育のベスト3に入るという、すごい、教育システムを持っている州になっています。なので、世界のいろんなところから留学に来る、エリアでもあるので、そういったところが、どういったところが、素晴らしいのかというところを、一緒にお話を聞けたらと思います。今日はこんなタイトルで、インタビューの方をしていきたいと思います。ベスト教育ワールド3位に入る、カナダ BC 州の教育ってどんな感じ？カナダの公立の、高校の、スタッフにインタビューをしてみます。私の拙い英語になると思うんですけれども、少しずつ、トランスレーション、通訳をしながらですね、日本語を交えて、話したいと思いますので、何か質問がありましたらコメントの方もいただいて、対応したいと思います。はいですね。So, Dave, so would you mind to introduce a little bit about you and then your area?
Sure. Yeah. So I will do it in shorter parts so it's easier for you to translate. Would that be good?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So my name is Dave Ryder, and I am the one of the directors of the International Student Program in the Abbotsford School District. So I work for the government. We are public schools, but we have an international program in our public schools.
今回デイブさんは、アボッツフォードという公立の学区から、来ています。ダイレクターの方です。インターナショナルプログラムも担当されていますので、留学のことですね。みんなわからないことがあれば、皆さんデイブさんの方にいつも聞くというような、方になってますので、これからですね、お話の方を聞いていきたいと思います。
Okay, so do you want me to tell you a little bit about the city and the city's sort of location?
Okay. じゃあ少しエリアの方を紹介をしていきたいと思います。Do you need a area map to share screen?
Yeah, a map that would help if we can use that now.
Okay. じゃあちょっと画面共有をして、地図と一緒に見ていきたいと思います。今、画面共有しているのが、アボッツフォード学区の、日本語のパンフレットになっています。ちょうどここですね。冬ですと、だいたい 7.4 度が、平均ということなので、今日4度ということで、ちょっと寒いって言ってたところですね。になります。Is it okay, the little, the map?
Yep, perfect. Hopefully, yeah, that helps. So, yeah, so we are located on the west coast of Canada, very close to the border with the United States.
ウエス
and
ト
we're
コーストの近くにあったアメリカボーダーのすぐそばですね。このレッドとホワイトのラインがちょうどアメリカンボーダーになりますので、そこの近くにありますね。はい。
So it's about a 1 hour drive
うん
from Vancouver.
うん
So students are living and studying in Abbotsford,
う
but
ん
they can go and visit Vancouver on the weekend.
うん、バンクーバーでだいたい車で1時間のところですね。で、how long does it time from Vancouver Airport?
From Vancouver Airport, about just over an hour, maybe about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes. Depends on the traffic and who's driving.
う
So
ん、OK。バンクーバー空港からも同じぐらいですね。バンクーバーのところが1時間ぐらいですね。車で行く。ただちょっと、渋滞がしたりするので、誰がドライブするかによって時間はちょっと変わるということですね。はい。でも、アクセスがすごくいい場所ですね。So, your area is easy to go anywhere in around the Great Vancouver, right? Go to
that's right.
Vancouver Airport and then also like a downtown of the Vancouver.
Yeah. So students on the weekend, they can take the bus into Vancouver, or they can take the bus and then the SkyTrain. So it takes about an hour and 45 minutes on public transit to go into Vancouver.
How about the bus? Is there a bus go to direct to the downtown?
There's not a direct bus. No, there's an express bus to another city that's nearby, and then they transfer to another express bus. So
So
there's just two buses.
it is easy to use a SkyTrain.
Yes, yeah, you can take a bus to the SkyTrain station, and then the SkyTrain in is another option.
OK。そう、バンクーバーのダウンタウンまでに、スカイトレインで、バスと乗り継ぎで行くことができるということで、週末ですね、留学生、学生なんかはダウンタウンに、買い物とか、遊びに行ったりとか、よくしているという話ですね。はい。
And then we make sure that we take the students all around the region. They go on the boat over to visit Victoria. We take them into Vancouver for tourism, and we also take them skiing to Whistler Mountain. So they will have a good opportunity to know the whole region.
Okay. So is this the only how many times of the year in the year?
So we do those 3 trips 2 times a year. So they would have 6 of those trips during the year.
Oh, I see.
But we
So,
also do other trips. I'll tell you about later, some more activities and trips.
ですね。年にだいたい6回ぐらいですね、期間に分けてですね、例えばウィスラーに行ったり、ウィスラーはちょうどスキーリゾートが有名なところですね。バンクーバーオリンピック開催されたところで、すごく大きな、スキーリゾート。I still live in Whistler actually.
Oh, did you? Oh, lucky
Yeah,
you.
I'm a snowboarder, so
Ah,
I
very
know where
nice.
is the Whistler and I miss there.
I'm sure.
それから、ビクトリアですね。春になるとお花がたくさんすごく綺麗で、イギリスの建物とかたくさんあるところなんですけれども、春とか夏に行くととっても気持ちがいいエリアですね。ですので、カナダの四季を多分感じられる。年間通しての、小旅行ですね、が、用意されてますので、アボッツフォールだけの地域ではなく、カナダ BC 州の、様子も旅行で知ることができたりする、内容になっているそうです。はい。Okay, well, thank you for introducing. So, I'm going to next topics. So, like this. I have a question about, how is your area about COVID?
Sure. Yeah. So we've actually been quite lucky that COVID has not been very strong in our province.
Oh, that's good.
So compared to other provinces in Canada, our province has done very well.
アボッツフォードのエリアはあまり感染者がひどくないので、すごく落ち着いた環境ということです。BC 州西側の方は比較的落ち着いています。トロントとかある東側の方はちょっと大変なんですけれども、西側の BC 州は落ち着いているので、今留学をお勧めしているエリアは、西側ですね。で、特にやはり日本と一緒なんですけれども、東京とか大都市の方になると少し感染者が多くなってきて、地方に行くと、それが和らぐというような現象は日本と同じような形になりますので、アボッツフォード先ほども言ったように、ダウンタウン中心地から、車で1時間ほどのところになりますので、より落ち着いているような環境ですね。なんせカナダは日本より土地が広いので、you have always good social distance, right? Easily because
That's
you
right. We have lots of space. That's right. No, and also because most people live in individual houses, not in apartments. So that has really helped. Most of the people, most of the cases of spreading have been old people in old people's special homes, which is very sad. But in the general population, the spreading has not been so bad at all.
So how about the stores? Is it open? Restaurant?
Restaurants
Same
are
as usual?
open. Yep. So except that they must have less people and more space.
Same as Japan.
Yeah.
We have a same, yes, regulation right now due to the
Yeah.
COVID. So, 日本と一緒ですね。やはり食事の時には気をつけましょうということ、少ない人数で、感染しないように距離を空けてというような形を保って、レストランとかは開いているというような感じですね。もしかすると東京よりは、過ごしやすい、コロナの環境になっているのかもしれないですね。はいですね。Okay, so how about school? Would you
Yeah.
tell me current school condition?
Sure. So for our younger students from ages 5 up to 13, they are in a regular full school day with a teacher in class all day. Of course, they are being careful. They have masks, lots of hand washing, distance. But their school day is almost 100% normal.
5歳から13歳の学校についてはもう全部、対面のクラスですね、が、ずっとスタートしているというような感じで、日本と一緒ですね、マスクと、手洗いを徹底してですね、あとはソーシャルディスタンスも保ちながらというところで、授業の方はいつも通常通りに行われているということです。How about secondary school or the 40 years old?
Right. So for the students who are 14 to 18 years old, we have switched so that they are taking fewer classes. They are only taking 2 classes at a time. One of them is in person, one of them is online with a teacher. And then they switch so that they have some class time with a teacher, some opportunity to see a limited number of friends. And that way we are controlling the contact. And it's also been very successful. There has been very little COVID spreading inside of schools.
Good. So, 14歳以上のいわゆるセカンダリーですね。中高一貫校と言います。中学校と高校ですね。カナダのシステムは、一緒になっているパターンが多いので、学校のにもよるんですけれども、14歳から18歳の生徒さんに関しては、今ですね、オンラインと、対面の授業のハイブリッドでしています。日にちとかとして交代ですね、をしていくというような感じになります。で、なかなか、生徒との同士の交流とかが持てる機会も少なくなってきたりしているというところを、また違う、サービスで、補足で何かコミュニケーションできるような工夫をしたりというところで先生たちがすごく、オンラインでも、しっかりした 高校生活ができるように一生懸命工夫をしてくださっているというような形になりますので、で、今学校の方でもほぼ、大きなクラスターのような、コロナ感染というのが出ていないので、今この状況で進んでいるというような感じですね。で、カナダはもともとですね、オンラインの授業が、コロナ前からですね、普通に発達していまして、オンラインの授業で単位を取る。例えば、カナダがよくあるのが、カナダ国が大きいので、例えば先生がいない地方の、学区とか行きますと、隣の学区の先生と、共同して、授業をして、そこで単位をもらったりというような形で、効率のいいオンラインですね、の授業の方をもうすでにスタートしているような状態だったので、コロナがスタートしても、そんなに、あたふたしてない日本のような形にオンラインどうしようというような感じではなく、すぐにオンラインにスイッチしたというような形になっています。ですので、今はその、対面よりオンラインの授業が少し多くなったかなというような形で、あまり学校生活の方はコロナ前とはそこまで変わってないと思います。おそらくその、手洗いだったりとかマスクをしなければいけないというところが、学生の方にはストレスなのかもしれないですね。So in Canada, it is not like a common wearing a mask, right?
Well, it used to be not common, but now it's very common. We all have them, and for example, right now I'm in my office, but if I step outside, I have to wear my mask. So it has become a way of life now. Yeah.
New life, okay. But before the COVID, you don't.
No,
I have never seen.
very
in Canada.
unusual.
Unusual, right? So in Japan, it is very common wearing a mask, even go to the secondary school.
Yeah.
So for the international student, it's very common wearing a mask, but not common having a class online.
Yeah.
But in Canada, it's really common having a class online sometimes, right?
Well, not it's as an option.
Option, right?
Yeah, most students, most high school students don't do an online course, but they have the option of doing some additional courses if
Additional
they
course,
choose.
but it's not like a special, just option, like regular option.
That's right. Yeah.
So in Japan, it's really, really rare case to have a class online. So now it's really, getting, getting common. So
Yes.
we need to change. So, but sometimes, so that's why international students are really worried about taking the online class because it's not a real class.
Right. So that's why we switch, is we want them to have part of each class in person with a teacher. We don't want them doing a whole course online.
How about the Canadian students is also getting worried about having the online class only if you have only online?
Yes, yeah. The students, they really are not happy doing only online.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so they much prefer having face-to-face instruction.
Even for the teenager, they use a lot of time using the SNS, but they'd like to see face on face.
For sure, absolutely. Yeah. There's something quite different about being able to interact in person with your classmates and your teacher.
Yeah, for sure. So yes, that we have to, care about this kind of situation too.
Yeah.
All right. So now, so I understand about the situation, the COVID in your area. So now I'd like to use a regular thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So would you tell me your area, your school district?
District, sure. Yeah. So the Abbotsford School District is responsible for educating the students who live in the Abbotsford city. So as you mentioned before, there's 140,000 people, and we have 20,000 Canadian students who live here that we are responsible for educating.
Yes. So how many schools you have in the secondary school in your area?
So secondary schools, we have about 6,000 high school students, and we have around 7 high schools that are in the city. Mostly for our international program, we use 5 and 4 or 5 that are the main ones for our international program.
Okay, so can you so is it better to show the movie now?
Sure, yeah, we could show the movie now, or
Yes, maybe later we are going to explain about each school with a movie.
sure,
Okay.
yeah.
And then due to do you see some picture? Is it the
Yes,
shopping mall?
yes, yeah. So that's a picture of sort of our city center, part of our big shopping mall area. You can see the sort of the natural beauty of the area and some of our sports facilities. So although we're a lot smaller than Tokyo, obviously, or many places, we're a small city, but we have everything that you need to live comfortably.
So there is a shopping mall, go to have a coffee, have some
Yeah,
donuts,
yeah. Even some good Japanese food. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, 本当に、
本当に。
はい、とっても美味しい。
洋服はモールってことはスーパーマーケットもあるんですか？
はい。Yeah, so we have some Asian markets, so it's possible to get some Asian ingredients and yeah, lots of different supermarkets and yeah.
Okay, so you can buy anything in your city. You don't have to go far away for shopping.
No, the only things we don't have that Vancouver has is Prada, Chanel, Versace, but all the other stores we do have. Yeah.
Window shopping will go to downtown.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Where shop you can go near there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. そうですね。面白いこと言ってましたね。シャネルとかプラダとか、そういった高級なものは、街にはお店はないけれども、普通の買い物は街の中で全部揃うって言ってました。なので、ウィンドウショッピングは、ダウンタウンに行くとできますよって今話をちょうどしてたんですけれども。なので、病院もすべて銀行とかも全部普通の街のようにあるので、生活に困ることはないです。バンクーバーから車で1時間ですので、田舎というほど田舎ではないんですけれども、すごく自然とミックスしたところですね。もともとカナダがすごく自然が美しい地域になってきますので、その自然と街が一緒になって融合して生活できる、しやすいというような環境になってますので、ちょうど高校留学するにはいい環境ではないかなと思います。刺激もたまに週末にはダウンタウンに行って買い物をしたりとか、エンターテインメントを、しに行ったりとかいうような形で行って帰ってきて、学校月曜日から金曜日は学校生活、普通のスクールライフを送るというような感じをしていくといいのではないかなと思います。はい。Oh, is it one of your school with a pool?
No, that's just a public swimming pool that's in one of our parks. It's in the center of the city. So that's a public outdoor pool that's open in the summer. We have a big aviation industry in our city. So every year we have one of the biggest air shows in the world.
Okay.
This just shows some of the other sort of recreation facilities and events that happen in the city.
I see that picture, right?
Yeah.
I see. How about this? Do you have this is a beach?
Yep. So there's a small lake.
Lake.
Yeah, it's a small lake, and they have wakeboarding. Do you know wakeboarding, Haruko?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have wakeboarding and professional water ski competitions there. So in the summer, it's a nice place to go. People like to paddleboard and swim and play volleyball and have barbecues there.
Oh my goodness. I love the summer in Canada. The beautiful
It's
and the nice
warm, but not too
weather.
hot.
う
Yeah.
ん、本当に本当に行きたいです。
Yeah. Well,
It's
you have to come
good.
back.
Yes, after COVID's over, yeah, I would like to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe student can spend a good time in maybe like June to August,
Yeah.
beginning of September, right? It should be
Yeah.
beautiful,
It can be hot. We can have days that are 35 degrees sometimes in Abbotsford. It can be hot.
but not humid in Japan, like in Japan.
No.
No. Right, so nice weather. Yes.
Yeah.
すごくいい天気で、本当におすすめです。本当にカナダの、春から秋になる前ですね。まあ、秋は秋で紅葉ですごく綺麗なんですけれども、すごく綺麗なので、ぜひぜひ、皆さん、足を運んで、本当に体験してほしいと思います。はい。ですね。And then you mentioned about the school, the 7 secondary, right? Grade 9 to 12?
Correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
for the international student, you recommend the maybe 4?
There's 4, and if they're the right student, 5. We have
5?
a 5th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay. So it says now the 450 international students are available, but this year is a little bit small number, right?
Yes. This year we have about 120, but also that number 450 includes about 120 elementary and middle school students. So in our high school, we usually have around 330, and they're spread out over all the schools. So usually we have about less than 7% international students in a school.
Okay, so only the 7%.
Yeah.
So, and how about the Japanese students?
Maybe 0.07% or 0.7%. So, yeah, usually in a year we might have 20 Japanese students, and some of them are in the first semester, some of them are in the second semester, some of them stay and graduate, and we spread them out over the 5 different schools. And then some of them are in grade 9, 10, 11, 12, and they all have different class schedules. So in any classroom, you'll almost never have another Japanese student.
Not many chance to see Japanese students each other.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can go and find each other, no problem. But you won't be bumping into more Japanese students all the time. No.
ですね。だから日本人の割合は留学生の中でもまた少ない人数になってきますので、日本人が少ない、ところに行きたいですという方はですね、このアボッツフォードのエリアはすごくいいと思います。学年によってまた変わってきますし、学校によっても、日本人の生徒さん分かれたりとかしますので、もちろん会おうとコンタクトを取って、お互いに頑張ろうねというような形で日本人同士で励まし合ったりもすると思うんですけれども、普段の学校生活ではあまり一緒に日本人の生徒さんと一緒に行くというような形はないと思います。今少しデイブさんがお話ししてくれたと思うんですけれども、カナダの、クラスは日本のような形で先生が教室に行って、生徒さんが教室に行って先生が教室に来るというような形ではなく、先生が教室に常に一つの教室にいて、その授業になったら生徒がそこに集まるというような形になるんですね。授業が終わればま また次のクラスの先生がいる教室に動くというような形で、常に生徒がこう動く、授業ごとに動くというような形になるので、同じ生徒さんとずっと一日過ごすということはほぼないんですね。なので、たまに同じクラスを取り続けている生徒さんとかでいれば、動くことはあると思うんですけれども、あまり、そういったことはなく、時間割も生徒さん一人一人に割り振られるというような形で、日本ですと学年、クラスごとに時間割が決まってたりとかはするんですけれども、生徒一人一人に時間割が渡されるというような形で、全部がほぼ選択クラスのような感じになっているようなシステムになっているのが、カナダの、BC 州の教育システムの特徴ではあります。はい。I'm experiencing about
The class
education
change.
system. Yeah, because
Yeah,
in Japan, the students stay in the classroom and the teacher comes in teaching the
right.
subject.
Yeah,
But in Canada, it's totally opposite, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Each student sort of has their own individual schedule, and they may never be with the same students twice during the day. You know, every time you change class, you're with a different group of students.
Yes. So how can you make a communication with the student each other because they don't have the class, classmate, right?
Oh yeah, so I think actually it gives you more opportunities to meet more people
Mhm,
because in each of the classes, you know, you'll be working together in groups. You know,
mhm.
people share homework to help each other out. You know, and you know, lots of, or if you go on a field trip or something together. So I think actually it gives you more opportunities to meet more people.
Oh, in the class.
Yep, in the
Mm,
class, but also um, at lunchtime, you know,
mm,
different groups of people will eat lunch together,
mm,
and we have different sports or activities in the gym at lunchtime.
mm,
There's different clubs that students can meet other people at. And then, of course, after school activities. So
mm,
there's quite a few chances that they have to connect with other students.
mm. So maybe it is a good opportunity to connect the many students joining the sports gym or sports club or something like that after
Yeah, that's that's the best way. I think many of the Japanese students are quite hazukashi, right?
So,
So
so it is nervous. So,
ontoni hazukashi. So
so 大変。
so 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 it's difficult to, you know, meet people, say
Yes,
hi, I'm Dave.
lunchtime.
But if you're part of the team and you're together with the team, then
Mm,
you're connected with
mm,
more people or in a club. So we really want the students to join clubs, join teams so that they can meet more people.
mhm. Yeah, that'd be then good. Would you tell me later about the sports club?
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Yes, so that is a really important for the Japanese student make a connection with
Yes. For
you
all
know
students. Yeah.
friend. Yes. So so and then let me ask about your school. And you have a lots of program, right?
Yeah. So we do. So all Canadian students
Mhm,
to graduate, they must do some required academic courses. So
mhm,
all of the students will do the same required courses.
mhm,
But every student is different. Some of them want to be in business. Some
mhm,
of them want to be mechanics. Some
mhm,
of them want to be artists. Some of them want to be um, you know, in digital art or an engineer.
mhm,
So all of our students get to choose courses that will help them reach their professional future goals.
mhm,
And so they will take some of the required courses and some of the elective courses. And so we have a very broad range of elective courses for whatever type of profession a student would like to do.
That's why I like your, BC education system. You have a lots of variety of the, future program, right?
Yes,
For
yeah,
students.
yeah,
So, for example, so it's mainly like a business, and then it's like engineering,
yeah.
and then also you have art and the performers.
Sure, yes, yeah. We have visual arts like drawing, sculpture, painting. We also have digital art, and so on. And then, yes, we have performing arts. We have theater, drama, dance, as well as like film production, and so on. So we have a wide range of the arts too. Of course, music. We've got many different music options.
Now in Vancouver, like shooting movies very famous, right?
Ah,
Like a second Hollywood of the world.
that's right, Hollywood North. So
Hollywood North. Oh, I see.
Hollywood North. So
It's naming.
Hollywood, then New York, and then Vancouver is number 3 in North America for movie production. So many students want to do that. Every year, the Canadian government has technical skill competitions. And in the last 3 years, 2 times, one of our schools has been the best school in Canada. So we really do have the best film program in Canada. And also our animation program is extremely good. We have won best animation in Canada multiple times.
Oh, I see. So in Japanese people, like international students who want to go to study in Canada, there are many people ask me about the movie or editing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
They
now
learn
popular because
all parts of the production. Yeah, lighting, sound, the filming, editing, every part they learn so that they can be ready to get a job in the industry.
even like a makeup, like a special makeup
Yeah,
for the filming.
we do a little bit of makeup in our film and theater. We don't have a special course for makeup, but we do have a hairdressing course for students who want to learn to cut hair. We have a professional haircutting program.
So not only the academy, but also many opportunity, right?
Yeah, welding, metalwork construction, woodwork construction, auto mechanics, electrician, plumbing, all of those things are courses that we offer to help the students towards a profession in that area.
So these program student have to take the grade 12, 11?
Yeah, those programs are in 11 and 12.
So when student decides the program around grade 10?
Usually they start thinking about it in grade 9 or 10, and then they seriously get going in 11 and 12.
Yeah, I think so. The students need a lot of time to think which program is suitable for future, right? Because it's the future, things, right?
Exactly. Right.
So not only, short time, they have to think.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So in Japan, that's a difference between like a Canadian education and Japanese education. In Japan, we don't think about such as the future as younger age, like a grade 9 or 10. You said,
Right.
but you the BC education education system has the career planning
Yeah,
class.
that's correct. Yes, every student must complete a couple of career planning classes where they look at all of the sort of options that are open to them, and they think about, what am I good at? What do I like doing? What am I curious about for the future? What kind of wage do I want? How much time do I want to spend preparing and in school? So they think about all of those things and try to figure out which kind of job is suitable for them, and then how they can go towards it. Also, they will do some time at one of those companies, getting a little bit of experience or volunteering, so that they can see if the reality is the same as what they are thinking.
Yeah, so we give the opportunity to think about the future at the class, right? So that's a very good, things, and a really big difference between Japanese and then Canadian education, like BC education. So let me talk about your education system, like this.
Yep.
Is the title is coming? Oh, not coming. Yes. So why BC education was chosen? Number 3.
In the
Is
world.
it true?
It's true, 本当に。
本当に。
本当。So, yeah. So every few years, the OECD, the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, they look at 15-year-old students all around the world, and they look at their math, their science, and their reading and writing skills. So of all of the countries in the world, Canada was number 6. So Canada,
number 6.
Number 6 was Canada. So of all of the countries that speak English, Canada was the best English-speaking country. So we were ahead of Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, England, and we were way ahead of the United States. There's a big difference between Canada and the United States. So Canada did very well. Our region, British Columbia, we did better than the Canadian average. And if you compared just our scores to the world scores, then we were number 3. Only Singapore and Hong Kong were ahead of us. In the 3 subject areas, we were the best, number 1 in the world for reading and writing skills. And we were, I think, number 3 for science and 5 for math.
Science and math.
Yeah. So the reason for this is that in some places, there are really good schools in some bigger cities or in some rich neighborhoods. And in smaller cities or poor neighborhoods, the quality of the education is not good. But in our province, the government has worked very hard to make sure that all students have the same education opportunity. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, it's the same. If you're in a big city or a small city, it's the same. And because all of our students are getting that same high quality education, then our province was able to perform very well in the PISA study.
I see. So the government, like a BC, to control the education system and also the quality.
Yes. Yeah. We also have one of the highest standards of teacher training in the world. So the training that our teachers get is very difficult.
So, but the BC, the government control everything, the education system to be equal. So
Yeah.
that is the keep the highest quality.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you
Exactly.
got the hours like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So because all of our students, do well, we performed very well on the evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
So
So in Japan, the depends on the high school. I mean
mm,
secondary school. They have a kind of like a ranking.
right. Yeah.
But in the BC, nothing. It's everything the same quality, same education system, and then everything
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. Yeah. The education delivery is the same because the teachers' training has been the same. The funding for the schools, for the technology, is the same. So
Mm-hmm.
if there are differences, it's usually more of a function of maybe the families or who live in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Some families are more focused on supporting their students than others, but the education will be the same.
Mm-hmm. So that's the one question. So how student can choose the secondary because it's all, everything the same, right?
Yeah. So um, they have the same academic
Mm-hmm.
opportunities
Mm-hmm.
at each school. Many of the schools have the same elective courses, but there are some differences.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, we have one school that has the best film program, one school that has amazing architecture and engineering,
Mm-hmm.
um, another school that's really good at theater and the performing arts. They all offer those courses, but some of them are a little bit stronger.
Oh,
Or, right, maybe some of our schools have robotics, some of them don't. Some
mm-hmm.
have, right? So the students can choose based on the elective courses they're interested in,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes students will also choose based on a sport. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we have had students who've said, I really want to play golf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, two of our schools have golf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or,
See.
so there's different reasons for choosing a school.
そう、PC 州が、教育システムをすべてコントロールしているので、先生のトレーニングも全部一緒ですし、資金の方もすべて学校の方一緒になってくるので、どの学校にいても同じクオリティの、教育を受けれるというところが BC 州が高い、教育水準を持って、こういった形の世界で第3位のライディング、特に、サイエンスとマスですね、のこういうランキングを取れたっていうところは、そういったところが理由というところになっています。で、かなり、BC 州の方が教育に力を入れている地域というところは間違いないんですね。で、なので、どの学校にいても同じクオリティになるんですけれども、じゃあ、学校の中で、先ほど言った7校、留学生で言うと4校、5校ですね、ある中の学校をどうやって選んでいけばいいかという質問を今したんですけれども、ほとんど一緒なんですけれども、たまにそのクラスの、選択クラスの中で、例えばフィルミングクラスが、少しだけ有名だったりとか、エンジニアのクラスが少し有名だったりとかっていうところが、学校の、生徒さんがね、努力してその賞を取ったとかっていうところもあると思うんですけれども、例えばスポーツで賞を取って頑張ったとかっていうところで変わってきて、そこで皆さん、学校を選んだりとかしています。だから選択授業ですね。あとは例えばスポーツで、その生徒さんがそれぞれ何に興味があるかというところを聞いて、学校選びを、していくというような形がいいんじゃないかという話を今してました。Okay, so maybe we need to talk about school. We haven't talked about it.
Sure, yeah.
This one.
So, so
Short movie.
yeah.
So, did you make this one?
Yeah,
Did you?
I was the director, but somebody else did the filming.
Yeah, that really looks really nice. So let's start, and then let's introduce each school.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to describe what they're seeing?
Can you hear?
I can. Yeah.
I think it might be better to. I just a moment. Let me stop share screen, and then I would like to share the sound too, and then now everyone can see. Okay, sorry.
No problem. Do you want me to say what they're showing or no? That's kind of obvious.
I'm sorry?
Do you want me to talk about what the pictures are showing?
Yes. Yes, a little bit explained, and then I'm gonna edit the translation.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, I mean, basically, this is one of our schools, and it's just showing you how interactive a lot of the programs are. This is the TV program. They learn about green screen. This school has a soccer academy where they learn professional. Yeah. And we have very high level sports. One of those athletes is now in the NFL.
I see. Is it Rick Hansen Secondary?
That's correct. This is Rick Hansen Secondary, and it has a specialized program where students start to choose in grade 9 if they're going to focus on business or focus on science. And they do really interesting co-op programs and get work experience. They even traveled to China to do business studies in China. So it's a really amazing program.
I see. And then now is a WJ Mount.
WJ Mowat, yeah. So this is a school that was the first high school, maybe in the world, to have a 3D printer 15 years ago. So they have really good engineering and architecture programs. Also, their fine arts are amazing. One of Tim Burton's art directors is from here.
Oh, I see. So it's a drama?
Yeah, they have good drama and programs. These are the counselors, lots of different things, lots of different sports programs.
Oh, this is another school?
This is another school. It's named after a famous Canadian artist. He is the best animator in Canada, that student, that boy. They have very good digital arts. This is a typical science class. It's all very hands-on. We've got woodwork, a lot of group work in the libraries now. Yeah, these are different dance programs. And
now many students ask me about the digital animation.
Yeah, we have one of the best animation programs in Canada.
Oh, I see. So this is another school, Yale Secondary?
Yep. Yale Secondary. It has a very strong AP, Advanced Placement program, and also a very strong theater program. All of the schools have good, gymnasium facilities.
I see.
And we have a lot of Japanese students who choose this school because they have a special baseball program and they get scholarships.
Oh.
Yeah.
So recommend the students good at the baseball, like baseball.
Yep. Yeah.
So, you explain the BC like education system, so all the schools are same quality, but looks really, really independent,
Yeah. So the buildings look different, some are a bit older, some are a bit newer, but the buildings don't teach, right? So they all provide really good education opportunities.
Maybe like the students, do their best and then the build a school
Yeah,
branding, own branding,
exactly.
something like that.
That's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
You,
That's I
you,
feel from the movie.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. No, all the schools have a positive energy in
Mhm.
them. Yeah.
So that's why, same system, but actually different each school have a, variety of the school
That's
in
right.
your area.
Correct. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you explain about a little bit about the sports club. So, but
Mhm.
I would like to know more about it.
Sure.
So you
So,
have lots of sports club after school?
yeah. So after school, many Canadian students participate in school sports
Mhm.
or in uh, community sports.
Mhm.
So the school sports we have, some of them are just for fun. Anyone
Mhm.
can play, like at lunchtime or some of the after school ones. And it's just groups of friends playing, a little bit organized. And it's just a lot of fun. And it's a great way to be connected with other
Mhm.
students. But we also have some very serious sports teams. So we have very good athletes. And whether it's soccer or rugby or volleyball, American football, swimming, golf, wrestling, we've had a lot of different sport opportunities
Mhm.
in the schools. And we've had a lot of international students who have come and who have played.
Oh, I
And
see.
yeah. So sometimes we have international students who have never played American football, but that's okay. We welcome them and
Oh, really?
absolutely. Yep. And, the most important thing is to participate.
Mm.
So, one of our football players, he's now one of the best players in the NFL. So we've had some really good players, but we have people who just want to be part of the team. No problem.
That's really
Um,
nice.
yeah, yeah. So one of our schools has a very strong track and field team,
Mm.
and they practice together on a place where some of our Olympic athletes train. So they're
Mm.
training together at a very high level. So we have had students from Germany who have chosen our program because of our track and field program. So yeah, there's some other sports in the community. For example, tennis.
Mm.
Tennis is not a big school sport,
Mm.
but we have a really good tennis club in our city near one of our schools, and they have really good um, international level tennis coaches.
Oh,
So
I
we have
see.
had high level students from Mexico who have come because of the tennis club.
Mm.
I mentioned baseball. Several of our schools have really good sports academies where the students are studying sports because that's what they want to be their profession in the future. So we have a soccer academy, a golf academy, an ice hockey academy, and a baseball academy.
Mm.
And all of those players are very high level and they're all thinking about a future in sport.
Mhm.
And they get professional coaching every day. They get professional help to work on their conditioning and their strength. And they also get help applying to universities. And a lot of our students win scholarships. So it's a great way to get into university.
I
So
see.
we have quite a few Japanese students who join our baseball academy. And we've
Mhm.
also had students from Japan in our soccer academy.
Mm.
So yeah, we have sports for everyone.
I see. So, like in Japan, we have like a sports club activity. not only sports though. We have like club activity after school, and usually like a school handle the sports club activity. But actually, in Canada, not only school, but also like using a community, right? Using
Yeah,
the team or sometimes like a tennis club team.
that's correct. Yeah. So depends on, the sport. So for example, my son does judo. Well, there's no judo in the schools, but there's a really good judo club in Abbotsford. So you study judo at the club, not at school. It's the same for sports like lacrosse, for a lot of hockey players, so depending on the sport.
And then also maybe that you have you told me like some like a stuff of the Japanese stuff is available, and then he or she's gonna explain where is the sports club here or there or something like that.
That's right. So we have a Japanese lady, Yoriko-san, who works with us, and her job is to help the Japanese students with every part of their stay. And so she can help them to get connected with clubs as well as with teams. So for sure.
Yeah, that is very important, because the Japanese students are very shy, 恥ずかしい. So it is a good opportunity to involve the community and then make a connection or make a friend, new friends in
Yes,
the area, right?
that's right.
Mm.
Yeah, the students who are the best at getting connected are the ones who are oshaberi, and right, they're the ones who aren't shy. They talk and they make friends. So
Yes, so that is a very important thing. So how to make a friends, not to try to be a good person to attend, pretend a good person, to just try to find a good, same interesting, and enjoy the sharing the time, good time,
That's
and
right.
then getting, deep and good connection. And then it can be, we can say it is a friendship, right?
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's the, normal the way to how to make a, friend.
That's right. Yeah.
In Japan, I explained that the students stay in the same room. So maybe that is the only the usual place to make a friend, but not in Canada, right? So students have to find the suitable place from the interest.
Yeah, that's right. And quite often our students, they'll have different groups of friends. They might have their friends from their sports team, and their friends from their music group, and their friends from their class team, or their math class, or from their engineering class. So they might have lots of different groups of friends.
Yeah, that's a really good opportunity to make a lots of different way of the connection.
Yes. Yeah.
So even like one of the connection is not good, but they have a say another, right? Others.
That's right. Yeah. The more things you get involved in, the more people you'll know. Yeah.
That'd be good. Choice for the teenager
Yes.
because
Yes.
it's a teenager.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. Yes, that's it is really good. I need to explain Japanese. So.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Dozo.
はい。今少しお話ししたのはクラブ活動についてなんですけれども、クラブ活動では、日本のような形に学校の放課後、学校の中で行う部活動っていうものではなく、もちろんそのプログラムも少しあるんですけれども、一般的に言うと、習い事の延長ですね。例えば野球のジュニアチームとかってね、多分、 あったりとかすると思うんですね。サッカークラブチームとかっていうのが、学校の外にあったりすると思うんですけれど、街とかに。で、そういうものに所属をするというのが、カナダのクラブ活動、放課後のクラブ活動になります。で、もちろん学校のプログラムのアスリートプログラムとかもあって、それが単位になって、将来プロになりたい、そういったところのお仕事に就きたいという方は、そのままユニバーシティに行くので、スカラシップをもらえたりとかっていうところもあるようなんですけれども、そういったものと他に、日本で一般的に言う部活動というのは、学校の外のクラブチームに所属をするというような形になります。で、そこが、ですので、学校のせいじゃない、本当のプロの人に教えてもらうというような形ですね。で、そこの高校とかに所属している生徒さんがそこで習うというような形になるので、実際的には日本の部活動と似たような感じになるのではないかなと思います。なので、日本のような形で教室でお友達を作るというよりかは、いろんなところに所属をして、その所属したところ、自分の興味があるものに関わっている人とお友達のコネクションを作っていくというところがカナダの友達作りになってくると思うので、ぜひぜひですね、放課後のそういうクラブチームに入ってくださいと言ってました。例えばラグビーやったことない人でもラグビーに興味がある人ですね、はぜひぜひ入ってくださいって言ってました。プロになる方、真剣にやっている方はもちろんですけれども、ちょっと興味がある人、参加することに意義があるというような感じなので、そういったところでですね、日本人の留学生お友達になったりするのがなかなか苦手だったりすると思うので、そういったクラブ活動に所属をして少しずつお友達を作っていくといいのかなと思います。はい。Okay, so at the last thing, so would you tell me about the homestay?
Sure. Yeah.
Mm,
So
little
the
bit.
home. Yeah.
Where is the homestay? So your homestay has, your original homestay, or you or ask the homestay provider company?
No, we have our own homestay program.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you have a good connection with the homestay family and the school.
Yes. Yep.
Mm,
And it's our responsibility, right? So
mhm.
I think it's yeah that one. Yeah.
That one.
There you go.
So most of the homestay family has a uh, individual house like this.
Yeah, I would say
Big
most.
house in Canada.
Yeah, that's fairly typical. Yeah, some of them might be in like a townhouse, so maybe they're attached to another place, but yeah, most of them are individual houses.
So host family is gonna help students.
Yes, yeah,
For example, go to the bank, open the bank account,
yeah, that's
if they're
right.
in Canada.
Yeah, so their job is to, first of all, their job is to provide a safe, comfortable place for the
Mhm,
student to live while they
mhm,
are studying.
mhm,
And of course, they have to provide, meals
mhm,
and food, and they have to provide some support. So,
mhm.
they can help with a bit of homework. They can help sometimes to drive to the mall, and help them with things like getting a bank account or getting a cell phone going. So, yeah, their job is to provide not just a room and food, but also to provide a reasonable amount of help.
Yes, most of the international students is not only studying something in school, academic,
Yeah,
but also, have experienced the Canadian life.
yeah, that's right. So that's where sometimes our families are a little bit disappointed because sometimes the students just stay in their room and
Yeah.
study, which is good, or play video games, which is not good, or
Mhm.
spend all their time using Line to talk to their friends and family back in Japan,
Yeah.
also
Mhm.
not a great use of time. So
Not
so sometimes our families want the students to come out and participate more.
So I always, tell the students that before starting the homestay, try to the patient, if you can speak English, stay in the living room
Yeah, that's
without
right.
any language, nothing. It's
Yeah,
okay. Just stay in the living room
yeah,
without language.
yeah.
The
No,
patient.
that's the
Hmm.
only way to learn is to do it, you know.
Yeah, so only
It,
1 week, and then maybe after that, students is get little bit getting, used to
yeah.
the
It's
atmosphere,
it's
environment.
for sure. It's like learning to skate or like learning to play tennis. You
Mhm.
can read many, many books about skating or about playing tennis, but if you don't go on the ice or you don't go and hit the ball, you'll never be good, right?
And
The
then,
oh,
the homestay, host family understand, how much international student cannot speak English,
absolutely.
and it is okay without any language. Just stay in the living room.
Yeah,
They're really acceptable, right?
for sure. Yeah, that's part of the fun and the challenge is
Mhm.
trying to communicate. And
Yes.
so we work very hard to prepare our families
Mhm.
that
That's
some
great.
students might not speak English,
Mhm.
and you must be patient and you must try and help them. So we try hard to make a good choice of
Mhm.
family and student so that they're a good match.
So the student has to find the school and then send the application form, and then you're gonna find the homestay family near the school.
That's correct.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we
And
don't worry about where they're living. So
no,
you're
no.
gonna find a good place for the school.
That's right.
Mhm.
Most of our homestay families live in about a 20-minute walk to
Mhm.
school. So yeah, they're in the neighborhood. We don't want students traveling long distances to get to
Mm.
school. Yeah.
So you don't use a school bus usually?
No, because the school bus is for the families that live far out of the city.
Oh,
And
I
if
see.
we use them, then it's not easy for the student to go to the shopping mall, go to the movie theater, go to the fitness center by
Mm,
themselves, right? So we use families that are more in the community so that
that
the
is
student can be more independent.
Oh, that's easy to living for the students because they can't use drive.
Yeah.
I see. That yeah, it is very good.
And
Yeah.
also the school
Mhm.
bus leaves at 3 o'clock. It
Mhm.
goes.
Oh, I
So if you want to hang out with your friends, if
see.
you want to be part of the music program, if you want to be part of a team,
Mhm.
you can't because your bus is leaving. So,
Yeah, that's right. So that's why you are gonna find a good homestay family for the international student
yes, yeah,
selected.
that's correct. Yep. And it's
Oh, it's good.
so we work very hard and
Mhm.
to find good families and to make a good match.
Mhm.
Um, but I think what students and their parents must remember is that they are coming to ordinary Canadian families. They
Mhm.
are not coming to Disneyland or to Club Med. This is ordinary life,
Mhm.
and most days are going to be pretty ordinary.
Mhm.
There's going to be some days that are actually quite difficult, but there's
Mhm.
going to be days that are fantastic.
Mhm.
So, you know, we don't quit, when things are difficult. We work hard to make it better. And we
Yeah.
really enjoy the great days and we remember those days.
Yes.
Yeah.
First 1 or 2 weeks is maybe for the international students, maybe hard time to settle in the area and the homestay, everything in Canada. But after that, for sure, everybody say, I don't want to go back to Japan.
Yeah. That's right. We hear that a lot.
Yeah,
One of
me too. Actually, me too. I don't, I didn't want to go.
yeah,
Yes, everybody say like that. So that's, 皆さん大丈夫です。最初の1、
はい。
2週間だけ頑張ってください。そうすればもう帰る頃にはもう絶対カナダ好きになります。もうカナダにいたい、日本に帰りたくないって皆さん最後に必ず口を揃えて言うので、もう本当にそこは、そこを乗り越えた人だけが経験できるその思いなので、ぜひぜひそこは、最初の1、2週間、4週間ぐらいですね、頑張ってもらえると、英語が喋れない自分にも慣れてきます。こんな私でも受け入れてくれるファミリーがいるからいっか。喋れなくてもリビングにいても、居心地がいいからいいや、みたいな感じになってきて、そこにいるのが当たり前になってくると思うので、そこからスタートです。それから友達が同じような形でできていて、そこさえ乗り越えれば多分何でも学校生活でも乗り越えられると思います。なのでそこをぜひぜひ体験をして、体験した方だけが見れる景色ですね、をぜひぜひ体験していただきたいと思います。Okay. So maybe more, we are talking about almost 1 hour.
Yeah. So no.
So
So
can you tell some message to the future international students in
sure.
Japan?
Could I tell them just a little bit more about Yoriko-san and what she does?
Yes, but actually we have only 4 minutes though.
Okay. So
Okay.
maybe when you do your part, you can maybe tell more about it. But the student support is the most important part, like homestay.
Mhm.
And for us to have our own Japanese support worker is so important. So I think that is the thing that makes the biggest difference to the success of Japanese students when they come to our program.
うん。よりこさんの先ほど少しお話ししましたけど、よりこさんという日本人スタッフが、学校に、いますので、何かわからないことあれば、もう最初の、もう特に先ほど言ってた1週間、4週間ですね、現地に慣れるまでの間ですね、日本人スタッフがいるので安心してくださいとデイブさんが言っています。そこと、ホームステイファミリーが、しっかりとサポートします。もちろん学校の先生もサポートしますので、心配しないでください。先輩方がもう現地にいるので、何かわからないことがあれば、ちょっと聞いたりとかっていうこともできると思います。自分で頑張って、誰に聞いたらいいか、誰か必ず助けてくれる人はカナダには、現地にはいます。でも自分で助けてくださいって一言言わないと助けてくれません。カナダはあまり空気を読むという文化はないので、自分から声を出して言ってください。もう声を出したことには必ずカナダ人は答えてくれますので、すごく親切です。なので、よりこさんにまず何かわからないことがあったら声をかけてみる。よりこさんじゃなくてもできるようになってきたら、今度ホストファミリーに声をかけてみるというような形をしてみるといいかと思います。I explain about the, よりこさん。And then, I'm gonna edit the later and
Yeah.
extra
Perfect.
information. So,
Okay.
okay, so actually, it is very hard to edit 1 hour movie
Yes.
to
Yeah.
stream.
It is. It is. Yeah. No,
Yeah. Have you
so
edited the movie? It is
I
a
have.
great
It's
hard
hard.
part.
It's very hard. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, better movies. So, okay, so would you tell some message to the future international student?
Sure. Yeah. So I would say that the choices you make and the actions that you take today will have a big impact on your future. So when you travel, make sure that you choose to have the best experience and that you work hard to make it the best experience, because the little efforts that you make when you travel will make such a difference to your future. If you're a little bit lazy and you don't try hard and you don't take some chances, you're not going to get a big benefit. But if you take some risks and you really give it your best effort and you don't give up, you will have a great experience. You'll meet great people and you really will improve your English and you'll have good academic success.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I would say, yeah, 頑張ってね, right? Really make a
Okay.
big effort and just be patient.
Yes. So thank you, David. So, yes, thank you very much. And then, 皆さん、もしカナダ留学に行きたいって考えている人、将来カナダに行ってみたいなって考えている人、後で、問い合わせフォームの方を載せておきますので、何か質問ありましたら、ぜひぜひ、お問い合わせの方お願いいたします。Okay, then thank you very much today.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。And I'm gonna send the email later. Okay, thank you very much.
OK、後で会いましょう。
後で、See you.
See you.